Today we have a very common problem of an LG washing machine that won't drain. This will also work for the LG washer and dryer. So it's going to be pretty easy to fix. We're going to pull it out away from the wall. We're going to disconnect power. And then we're going to lean the machine back against the wall to about 45 degrees so that we have access to the bottom area. Make sure it's supported so that when you're working, it wouldn't fall in on you. Here is the new drain motor. We have a link in the description below. These are fairly inexpensive, usually about 25 bucks. And you fixing it yourself, you should save over $200 in the labor fee.
Hey guys, can you take just a second to click on the subscription link below? It really helps our channel, and also the bell notification. So every time we make a new video, we can send it right to you. We make a new video about once every week. Really appreciate that. And if you give us a thumbs up, it'd be great. Thank you.
So we're going to take out this Phillips head screw here in the front so we can get off of this plastic cowling. We're going to pull it out and then get the little drain hose out. It's really good to have drained the machine first through this little hose before you do this so you don't get a bunch of water coming out. And we'll take out these 3 Phillips head screws. I'm going to push the little drain tube through the front, and we're going to get underneath the machine. Again, make sure it's supported so it's not going to fall on you. You can put like a cinder block underneath. Here's the drain assembly right here, and we're going to be taking a couple of the hoses off. This big black hose comes off first. I'm going to grab this spring clamp with a pair of pliers and just squeeze in on it, and then I'll get that spring clamp to go toward the back of the machine, and that's going to pull this big black tube off. This is the tube that's bringing water from the tub to the drain pump. And then there's another one, this green one back here, that's bringing water from the pump and having it leave the machine into the drain behind the machine on the wall. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to squeeze in on my pliers, and then I'm going to pull that green rubber boot off of the drain assembly. It's going to take a little bit of effort here, a little bit of time, so be patient. I'm going to pry back on this white plastic tab that's holding the drain pump into this bottom panel. So I want to kind of pry it up, and then I can push the whole drain assembly back toward the back of the washer, and it should come right out. There's a few power wires still hooked up that we have to disconnect, which is pretty easy to do. This is a lot faster way to do this procedure instead of removing the front panel. So I'm going to pull these power wires off. If you have a stacked dryer on top of the washing machine, you can do the same thing. It's just the dryer will still be on top of the washing machine when you lean it back, so you have to pull it further away from the wall and lean it back. And again, make sure it's supported underneath. So I'm going to take off this, make sure there's nothing in the coin trap. It looks nice and clean. I'll take a Phillips head screwdriver and remove these 3 screws. Remember where these 3 screws go, because you want to put them into the same position on the new motor. There's a lot of holes there, so try to take a picture so you remember, because you want to do the exact same holes on the new motor. So also notice the angle of the pump motor in relation to the pump assembly. And we want to put the new motor in at that same angle, which you could think of it on a clock as being about 10 o'clock or 10:30. So I wiggled that in, and I'm going to put the new screws in to the same holes that were in the old motor. These motors on the LG are kind of the Achilles heel of the machine. They tend to only last about 3 to 4 years, so you got to replace them. But this procedure is pretty easy to do. So now I have that all put together. I'm going to put that little hose back through the front opening. That's my first thing. And then slide the pump assembly into that white plastic rail. I'm going to push it all the way in as far as it'll go. And then I'm going to push that green hose back on there. Now I'm in the front of the machine. I want to add those 3 screws back in. That's going to help hold the pump. those 3 Phillips head screws. Yeah, doing it this way takes a lot less disassembly if you go in from underneath. This is also true on the Samsung. Most of the Samsung washing machines have the same bottom panel opening where you can get in and do the procedure. So now I'll put the little plastic cowling back on. I'll add that 1 Phillips head screw to hold it. Push that back in. Put the little cover back on. I'll crawl back underneath. I do want to put on the big black hose also, and I got to make sure that the hose clamp is down there nice and tight on the green hose boot, that rubber boot. So I make sure the boot's on there all the way, and I got that hose clamp down on there strong. Now I'm going to pull back on the hose clamp on the big black tube. I'm going to pull it back toward me by a few inches, and that's going to let me then put the black rubber boot onto the drain pump, and then I can squeeze in on the pliers again and get that hose clamp to go toward the front of the washer. So I want this tube to be on there as securely as I can, as far forward as I can. So I got to take a little pressure off of the hose clamp and push it on. It's on there nice and tight. I'll lower the machine down now, and I'm going to use my legs to kind of push it in, using my knees, wiggle it in to get it to go back toward the wall again. And I got to plug it in, make sure I have my drain tube into the drain on the wall. I'll push it all the way in against. Now I'm going to press I got some water in there. I let some water go in through a normal cycle. I'm going to press the drain sequence and then let it go. Yeah, you can hear it moving. That's good. Back to normal.
Thanks so much for watching our video. Please leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. We really appreciate that. We have a really nice video coming up for you right here that I think you'll enjoy. Very similar, dealing with appliance repair. So thanks again for watching our video.